So recently, along with ChatGPT, we tried to keep things under 50 lines worth of code. And what ended up happening was, here's the first iteration of the Connect 4 game that I tried building with, oh, whoops, wrong one. Here's the first one that I made with the help of ChatGPT. And of course, I won the game. We did it within 50 lines worth of code. ChatGPT and I. We made a second iteration of it where it's actually under 50 lines worth of code, and still, player one wins. Me. Now here's the funny thing. As it kept going and trying to get ChatGPT to help me keep it under 50 lines of code, who won or lost on this? Because I still win, it's under 50 lines worth of code. But could ChatGPT keep it under 50 lines worth of code? I know I'm kind of goofed. I showed that, no. In fact, right in here, 60 lines worth of code. And I still won. It busted the game. So, while I think that ChatGPT does great on certain things, on other things it does not. And really and truly, while I think there is a good future for AI, it also shows that there are still things that need to be done better with AI so that you can keep constraints of what you're wanting to do, especially with Python. Try to do it within 50 lines of code or less. Unfortunately, ChatGPT lost by going up to 60 lines worth of code. With that said, does it still run really well with 60 lines worth of code? Yeah, it does. But unfortunately, it busted its own. We tried to do it within 50 lines worth of code, and it just went over by about 10 lines worth of code. Thank you for this.